What's up, UA fam? Ashley here. And if you love this podcast and you actually find yourself re-listening to episodes and wanting more of Taran and I, guess what? You should subscribe to our Supercast where we give you bonus content every single week. But not just basic episodes, we do interactive episodes like personalized AMAs where you can specifically ask Taran how her dating life is going, and you can specifically ask me how it's been living with my boyfriend this past few months. We do solo episodes and even scary episodes because we know how much you guys love those scary stories. And our Supercast community has been growing exponentially, so don't miss out. Subscribe to Supercast now and join the fun.
What's up? I was gonna like go in and say something stupid, and then I got embarrassed for myself, and then I stopped.
Oh, wow.
And that's what just happened.
Is this growth?
I don't know. I do have an interesting fact about pizza toppings.
Okay.
And so I figured we could start by just saying our pizza toppings.
Oh.
Like what's your go-to? Like I'm talking like you're at
No, I already have it.
You're at Blaze.
Yep.
Or like what's the other pizza place? Pyology. Basically a Chipotle of pizza. You get to like walk through and put your like
No.
what's your top?
I'm already ready to go.
Okay, let's go.
I'm literally already ready
Let's
to
go.
go. Pepperoni, jalapeno, mushrooms, and then red pepper flakes on top.
Okay.
And then I dip it in buffalo sauce and a little bit of ranch.
Buffalo and ranch is crazy.
Oh, that is my go-to. I love it always.
Wow.
It always hits. I don't want anything else on it.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Mine is very basic. I just will go for basic pepperoni pizza, but then I'm all about the like top drizzles. So
Yes.
I love when it's drizzled with barbecue and pesto.
Yes.
That combo.
Should we go?
No, honestly, no. I'm like craving it. Today's episode is brought to you by Blissy. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I have been a woman all my life, and there are still secrets to beauty and skincare and healthy hair that I am learning to this day. Like one of the things I've recently realized is so important is how a pillowcase can be the reason why my skin is breaking out or my hair is breaking. And here's where Blissy comes in. There are anti-aging properties, like it reduces fine lines and wrinkles over time. It can eliminate frizz, preserve your hairstyle, and protect color-treated hair. And their products are dermatologist tested and recommended. Because you're a listener, Blissy is offering 60 nights risk-free plus an additional 30% off when you shop at blissy.com/advicepod. That's BLISSY.com/advicepod and use code advicepod to get an additional 30% off. Your skin and hair will thank you. Today's episode is brought to you by Mint Mobile. Say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text, delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. This year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get this new customer offer and your 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/unsolicited. That's mintmobile.com/unsolicited. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for the first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. But
That sounds so good.
did you know in Sweden, a popular pizza topping is banana?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't
If
know
you're
how I
from
feel about
Sweden,
that.
I just want to know, are you okay?
Banana.
Banana on a pizza is wild.
I wonder if that's how people feel about pineapple on pizza. So
Yeah, but
maybe it's good.
I guess
Because I
maybe.
do love pineapple on pizza.
Like the sweet.
There's people that
It's the mush.
can't stand the like fruit, the idea of fruit on pizza. But like I've had peaches on pizza, fire. I have had pineapple on pizza, fire. So like, no, I would not have automatically thought banana, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's fire. You
I
know?
think it's the texture of it that would freak me out a little
Yeah.
bit.
I've cooked bananas before to like
Oh, like plantains, like Like, have you ever had Cuban food when they have the like fried plantains?
Oh, 100%.
No joke, like one of the best.
I'll literally,
tastes ever.
sounds silly. And if you followed me on my YouTube channel, you probably know this already, but I will literally like fry up bananas, like actual just cut up banana in a pan, and then have that on top of like eggs and drizzle like honey or maple syrup on top. And it tastes like a crepe. There is no difference.
Interesting.
I'll add cinnamon. It's great.
Interesting.
Oh, there's been a lot of comments and discussion and polarizing things that have gone on in the comment section of those videos.
Yeah.
But because of that, I do think I wouldn't be shocked if I liked the banana.
Yeah, now I'm like curious to try it, but I also don't have any interest in trying it. It's very
But
like,
see, that also is our personalities. I will literally try anything, and I'm not picky when it comes to food, whereas you are. So like,
yeah,
I feel like I might be down to try it.
I would try. Me convincing myself.
yourself.
Anyways, welcome back to the podcast, everybody. We are so excited to be with you.
Oh, yeah.
If you stumbled upon us, we're Unsolicited Advice.
That's Taran.
That's Ashley. Threw me off a little bit there. And yeah, we just like basically
solve the world's
get to
problems.
gossip about people, but with their permission.
Every single day. It's great.
Yeah.
It's a fun place. It's a fun place to be. It's a fun place to be. And if you have been listening to us for a while and are huge fans and like love the podcast, then we would kindly ask that you give us a fun review and send us to someone you love that you think needs to hear this episode.
Yes,
please even if you don't love them and you don't think they need to hear this episode, just send it to them anyways.
Maybe if you hate them.
Yeah. Just be like, bing.
Just your
something
enemies.
you should listen to.
Yeah, like spam them.
Yeah.
With us.
Yeah. With Taran's face.
Why my face?
Or my face.
Okay. Well, when I said they're enemies, all of a sudden it's my face that goes out. I'm the punishment.
I thought it would be fun if it was just your face.
Anywho, what did do, Ash? I thought, well, should we start with like a topic or are we saying random things? Because I feel like
let's do a topic.
Okay,
sometimes when we talk random, it gets like a little.
It gets random.
And it
gets
all over
very
the place.
random. Yeah. We should start doing like, instead of like full Q&As, maybe we can like ask like one single question, like one burning question people want to know.
Yeah.
We should start doing something like that. By we, I mean Mandy. I love when I'll be like, ooh, I have this idea. And then I just look over at Mandy because I'm like, y'all know I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I love that we should. Yeah. But it's actually Mandy.
We totally should. Okay, let's do, what about like current obsessions? Like whether it's shows, books, whatever.
Yep.
Tell us about it. Ashley loves talking about her shows. Don't you, Ash?
I absolutely do. I could talk about this all day long. In another life, I feel like I could have been a film critic or like a TV critic or just like, I love film so much and I love movies so much that if I could get like if that was my job, I feel like I'd be thriving because that's what I do 90% of the day. I am currently obsessed with The Bear. I'm on the newest season. Jackson and I are binging it. It is so good. Can't stop, won't stop. I also like didn't realize it dropped like the whole season.
Yeah.
And then I knew it was coming, obviously. I follow all of them on TikTok and saw the billboards, but I went to turn on like the TV and it was right there. And I was like, wait. And then I clicked it and it wasn't just one episode. It was the whole season. I got so excited. So that's currently like where we're at right now, just binging The Bear. Also, I am on the last and final book of the Throne of Glass series.
How many are there?
Which is like book 8. So I've really been like putting
that's
in.
like Harry Potter status.
I've really been putting in the work. It's been a long journey, but I'm finally on the last book and I'm so excited to be here. And I can't wait to talk about it with people. But my sister's reading the series too. She's a couple books behind me. I have no one to talk to about this. She doesn't want me to talk about it with her. And I'm like, shoot, but we're reading it together.
Yeah. And you're also like, it's fun to talk about books and shows anytime.
Yes.
Like I could still go to bat with people about Game of Thrones, even though it's been like years since I've watched it. But there's nothing as good as like current because you're like,
no, 100%.
Your memory is so specific about that little tiny detail or whatever. So.
No, I'm not one to necessarily feel too much FOMO in life in general. unless there is a show that everyone is currently talking about that I haven't watched yet.
Yeah.
Like nothing kills me more when I'm just like, I don't know what we're talking about.
Also with TikTok, how fast like algorithms get like
Yeah.
on what you see, like one video and then all of a sudden you see 50,000. But that's what's really hard about like keeping current with shows, because then if you go on, you don't know what you're gonna see, and it can spoil. TikTok has spoiled so many movies and shows for me. It's not even funny.
Yeah,
not even funny.
It's brutal. You have to be very careful. What you're scrolling through and what you allow yourself to see, because it could ruin everything. And the last thing I'm super excited about is I wanted a new, like, I've been listening to the Throne of Glass series. I needed a new like book to read. The other day, I sat down to watch a show. This is before The Bear came out, and I saw a show called We Were Liars. And I was like, that looks really good.
Julia was just telling me about that.
I was like, that looks amazing. And I was like, hey, Jackson, should we watch this? And he got so excited. And guys, I really want to like preface this. He doesn't act this way. And he was like, wait, that's a book. And I was like, oh, is it? And he was like, yeah, like it's an incredible book. Like it was one of the best books I ever read. He was like, Ashley, I don't get emotional. I was a wreck reading this book. And I looked at him and I was like, okay, perfect. Like, should we watch it? And he was like, I think you should read it. And I was like,
dang.
Are you kidding me?
So you haven't started the show because you're reading.
I haven't started it yet, but I downloaded it. I'm going to go on vacation soon. And I was like, perfect. I'm going to download it. I'm going to read it for that. But we decided not to watch the show because he wanted me to read it first so that we can watch it together, which
I love that.
He's never done anything like this before. So I was like, this must be good.
Yeah. This must be full.
So if you've read this book, I want to know, like, do you agree with this? Like, how do you feel about it? Like, I'm so curious, but I'm so excited. Mandy agrees. See, this is and that's all I needed to hear, because Mandy and I are essentially the same person. Yeah. So I'm so excited. I just downloaded it, and that's what I'm looking forward to this week, starting that.
Cool.
Yes, those are all my things, my shows and books.
Yeah. Well, I had a lot of plans for this weekend, and then my stomach said, sit back down.
All weekend?
No, just Sunday. So I was home, and for the foreseeable future, I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to leave my house again. So then I've been meaning to start this season of Love Island USA because everybody's talking about it.
Yeah.
And I'm not usually a Love Island USA fan. I like the UK. And I also I don't like watching it live because I hate Love Island sucks you in so hard. Like it'll be 4 a.m. and you're like, why am I still watching this? But it's because the second you hear tomorrow night, if you watch what's in that segment, you'll never stop. The key is to shut the TV off immediately as the episode ends. Yeah. If you hear the words tomorrow night, you shut it off, because otherwise you're in a vortex and you can never get out. So yesterday I watched 16 episodes. And they're like an
Plot
hour.
Twist. She had no tummy problems.
Yeah, I just decided to fail. Yeah, they're like an hour plus, but I'm like caught up now, and now I'm so excited because so many people have wanted to talk to me about Love Island in this season, and I'm like, I see clips on TikTok, but I don't really know.
I mean, I'm basically having to walk around LA with a sign on my head saying I don't watch the show because everyone's trying to talk about it. I
have some things I want to say. I personally do enjoy watching Love Island while simultaneously thinking it is the most toxic, worst thing to ever happen to these people. And I feel like I just hope like therapy is included with these people that go on, because while it's all fun and games to watch people like be all messy and whatever, like you're basically having these people go in, creating this like fast track environment to make them like fall in love or lust with each other. And then not only is cheating okay and encouraged, but it's like forced upon you.
It's literally like a survival.
And literally.
If you want to stay on the show,
you have to. If you have
a
a couple that actually like finds each other in the beginning and just decides to be together, everyone turns against you and tells you you're not playing the game right. Yeah. And then right as a couple like gets together, you like just tear everything up and they go to cross no more, and then it's just pure chaos. And this season of USA is so savage. Like the things that they do and the games they play are so savage. And I just like, I watch, and everyone was talking so much crap about Huda. And I watched it back, and I get it. She had so many crash outs and stuff, but I felt for her because she has this guy telling her he's her everything. They're like, so like definite, like both of them like love bombing the crap out of each other, and just, or they just, that's how they move. And then all of a sudden, like everything gets switched up and she's crazy and everyone's like sabotaging, and like they'll be really good, and then the guys will go to the guy and be like, oh well, we think she's playing a game. So then he starts being weird towards her, and then she's like, what's going on? It's just like, I felt for her. And every crash out she had, I'm like, all of us judging from our couch, like, you're so toxic and unhealthy. Girl, you would be doing this. If that was your man, you'd be doing the same thing.
I think my issue with it, because I know enough of the lore of what happened with, or enough of what happened with her, is you're on a reality game love show. So like, who's actually taking it seriously?
But that's the thing they say is it's like the environment they create. Yeah. Because you're so like, we see like a tiny portion of the day. Like you forget you're on camera and you're doing things because you're just like in this thing. Like you have no social media. Right. No contact with anyone.
But so they've seen the show.
You've seen the show,
so
but
know
it's
they're
like
on camera.
Most people are like, I'd never be in a cult. And then they're like, oh crap, I'm in a cult.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's just one of those things I think you can go in being like, because all the time, like in the confessional, the girls will be sobbing and they're like, dude, I came in saying like, I'm not going to cry over someone. I'm not going to fall for someone. Like, I know how this works. Like you get so sucked in. It's like camp romance where it's like, oh, I did just meet this guy on Friday and it's Sunday and I'm crying because I'm in love with him and like it's like you're like morphed in. You know what I mean? Sure. But anyways, all the crash outs, all the way people move, I'm just like, that show gives you trust issues. It's like I'm crying over these people. Yeah. It's just wild.
Do you believe the lore that Ace and that girl were a couple beforehand? Or like had not a couple, but like had a connection, somehow connected beforehand?
They straight up said that they had like met outside a club in New York and like followed each other and like whatever.
Apparently the lore is that it's like plans together to like win.
I mean, I could see that only because she kept, no offense to Austin, if because he totally listens to this podcast. He's obviously like a twerpy dude, right? Like the fact that she was like, oh, I can't choose between the two. I was like, girl, be so for real. Yeah. Like you don't like Austin. Like, let's be real. So that was kind of weird. But then this new guy she's kind of like back and forth with is like actually like super hot. And Austin does like, his emotions seem kind of real. Like when he's like getting triggered by her and she seems very triggered too. So I don't know. I could see both, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just interesting, but I don't hate Huda. Controversial opinion.
I was going to say, you're the first person who's told me that.
But because I get it, dude. Like, I crash out all the time, but it's not like on TV. And I also crash out over tiny things. Like, I can't imagine what I would do if I like watched my man like go off and do stuff with another girl, like right in front of me. But I have to be okay. It's okay. It's allowed. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I would crash out too. Yeah.
But those are the those are the rules.
I know, girl. I know. But see, that's the thing is she didn't get to play the game. She went in. He immediately clung to her. So even like after all their stuff, she like pulls a guy and the girls get mad at her for not talking to the other girl first. And she straight up is like, this is my first time doing it. But it's like, you've been in the show a while. Yeah. So it's like she didn't even get to like play the game. Yeah. Or like be a part of it to like get her footing of like, oh no, this is normal. You go back and forth. Like she went in. And it was just immediate, like we're married off. So I get why she's crashing out.
It's just not my thing.
No, girl. It's like a car crash where you just like can't quite look away.
Yeah, where you're like,
but you don't want to see it. It's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, all
should
my
we,
Love Island people get it, and all the ones who hate Love Island don't.
It's very true.
And that's
very accurate.
Everything in life, pretty much.
Oh, man.
Today's episode is brought to you by Blissy. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I have been a woman all my life, and there are still secrets to beauty and skincare and healthy hair that I am learning to this day. Like, one of the things I've recently realized is so important is how a pillowcase can be the reason why my skin is breaking out or my hair is breaking. And here's where Blissy comes in. Here are just a few fun facts that I think will sell you like it sold me. Say you switch to Blissy's silk pillowcase, you can start seeing healthier skin and hair in weeks. There are anti-aging properties, like it reduces fine lines and wrinkles over time. It can eliminate frizz, preserve your hairstyle, and protect color-treated hair. And their products are dermatologist tested and recommended. Another thing that blew my mind, did you know that cotton can clog your pores? Like, huh? But Blissy's products, not the case. The naturally hydrating fibers can keep your skin moisturized all night, and it's antibacterial and hypoallergenic. If you're a lazy girly like me, don't worry. It is easy to take care of because it is machine washable. Like, we love to see it. They have over 70 colors, including a new Wicked and Harry Potter line, which, like, you know, all my nerds out there, like, you know, pulling back that blanket and seeing something like that, like, if that's not going to help me sleep better, I don't know what is. Not to mention they were voted the most loved gift of 2024. I got a package from Blissy. Their pillowcases, by far top notch, but also they have the most comfortable eye masks that fit your head, just like so comfortable or so easy to sleep in. Also, they have space so like your lashes aren't hitting it. If you know, you know. I personally love taking mine on airplanes, like get the best sleep in them. But just head to their website and you can see all of the things they offer, and you're going to want to get it. Because you're a listener, Blissy is offering 60 nights risk-free plus an additional 30% off when you shop at blissy.com/advicepod. That's BLISSY.com/advicepod and use code ADVICEPOD to get an additional 30% off. Your skin and hair will thank you.
Okay, let's go ahead and get into tearing it up.
Let's do it.
Shall we? This one is titled, or you know what? I'm not gonna say it. Let's just dive right on in. Hi, Taran and Ashley. My name is Brooklyn, and I have to start by saying a huge congratulations on the engagement, Ashley. As a newlywed myself, I had to share the one weird thing that happened at my wedding this past October.
Only one weird thing?
I know.
Congrats.
I feel like that's a win. Wait till you hear the weird thing.
Oh, God.
A little context first. My wedding dress was form-fitting and had a huge train that needed to be bustled for the reception. My maid of honor, bless her sweet soul, was carrying the train around as we danced because we could not find the higher loop to bustle my train. The lowest loop still had my dress dragging.
Which is dangerous.
Which is
as I've
a dangerous situation, yes.
Found out recently.
Her mom had a safety pin, thankfully, and was able to bustle my dress to relieve my maid of honor of her shadowing duties, LOL. Well, the time came to do the garter toss, and we had all the single eligible gentlemen set up where they needed to be. Our DJ was playing music, a huge crowd of eager men behind me, our photographer finding her perfect angle, and my new husband getting ready to, well, you know. So I went to sit down in the chair, and all of a sudden I felt a very sharp stab in the back of my thigh. I ushered my photographer over and told her, I think my safety pin just opened and stabbed my thigh. She asked if I could just continue, but as I stood, we both looked down under my dress and saw a huge spot of blood.
Is she like sever an artery or what?
Then I started to feel lots of blood pulling down the back of my thigh. Instead of telling my husband what happened, I just ran past him and straight to my DJ and yelled, I'm bleeding. Then ran inside to the little stone house as we had for part of our venue. My photographer, husband, and one of the bridesmaids joined me in the stone house and helped stop the bleeding, cleaned me up, and placed a Band-Aid on my stab wound. All was well, and we returned to the garter toss where my DJ announced take 2. And needless to say, I did not expect that to happen on my wedding night. But I look back on the day, and it was the most magical and special moment of my life. It was absolutely perfect, stabbing and all. And all throughout our honeymoon, I had a beautiful purple bruise to remind me of the special garter toss. Congratulations again, and I couldn't be happier for you and your future hubby.
That's wild. It must have just poked like
Perfectly
the perfect
a vein.
spot.
Like
Yeah.
it had to have gotten like like a vein, because it was like literally like sliding down her leg and pulling.
That's crazy. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my God, I've never heard anything like that happening before.
That's crazy. What's your
Weddings.
like, I don't know if you want to put this out into the world, but like, do you have like a fear or like a nightmare of something happening at your wedding?
Not really. I mean, I did remember when I spilled wine on my manager's wedding
spilling
dress.
on your own dress?
I feel like something has to happen to me as far
Oh,
of like,
karma.
karma.
Yeah.
You did that. So like something's going to happen. So what's it going to be?
If
But
you
you know
want,
what?
I can spill on you on purpose, but like in the back, like corner
Yeah.
to like
Just not show anyone.
knock it off. It's like Final Destination, like
Yeah.
cheating.
Look, it happened. We're done.
cheating destiny. You know?
Yeah. I feel like I'm not too worried about anything. I feel
That's
like it's gonna be, like, a
nice.
super chill thing.
I just expect something crazy to happen.
Yeah,
at
like
mine.
someone's gonna fight. Something
Fight?
Flowers might not show up. You know, someone's gonna be like too drunk. Like that's just how it goes with weddings. And that being said, if you have any funny wedding stories, whether
we would
it
love
be a
some wedding
tearing it up
stories.
or just like an actual story for the podcast that
Yeah.
are all wedding related, please send those in, because I know they're out there. I know you have one, so send
I
it
have
in.
so many embarrassing moments at other people's weddings. I can't even imagine. Like mine's gonna be.
Yeah.
Do you remember that wedding? Those pictures of me catching the bouquet and the photos were like mid my thighs clapping. So it was just like, like this ripple effect. And literally my hoo-ha was almost like in the photo. And I was like, I texted her and was
God.
like, your photographer saw this photo and was like
this was
this is
approved?
appropriate
Yeah.
to like post on the internet.
There's just like, there's those times where you scroll through and you're like, multiple eyes saw this and didn't think to take it down.
Like,
Decided to leave it in the folder that got sent to everyone. Like no, thank you.
I saw an interview, you know, Youngblood, the musician.
Uh-huh.
So he met Billie Eilish at Coachella, and there was like a photographer from a magazine. I think it was like a big magazine, like Nylon or like something big.
Yeah.
Was there and was like, "Hey, let me get a picture of you two." And he said he was like geeking out because he was like a huge fan of her.
Yeah.
And he had like leather pants on in his performance and took them off and just put shorts on.
Yeah.
And was just
He's
like
probably
freeballing
sweating.
it.
I like don't understand. The leather pant thing is wild
Girl.
to perform in.
Girl. So he's freeballing it. And he said he even in his mind was like, oh, I need to be aware of this throughout the day. Cause
Yeah.
like he was wearing shorts with
It's a ballsy move, period. Doesn't matter who you are.
literally.
Yeah.
So he goes to take a picture with her and he's like, I don't know. To this day, I don't know why I decided to do this pose. He's like, I think I was just nervous and trying to like be cool.
Panicked, yeah.
But he crouched down. So he's like kneeling down and then
Like proposal pose. Like one knee up, one knee down.
no, like to like crouch, like if you just like bend down,
Like
you know?
squatting down?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he's like posing and whatever. And then when the magazine comes out, they're like looking at it. His whole entire thingy is in the photo. It's hanging out of like his
shorts.
pants.
Oh, God.
And so he was like, he thought it was hilarious. He is the best person for that to happen
Right,
to.
yeah.
Because his agent or manager calls him and was like, bro, your man,
Everything's
your
out.
little guy is like
Not little guy.
published in this magazine. And he was even saying how wild it is that all of the eyes that saw it to approve the photo, the whatever, like no one noticed it. And I was
they
like,
had to have noticed.
no, dude, that's illegal. You can't post someone's
Yeah,
like
but they
junk
didn't
online.
know, quote unquote.
I don't know.
If it was an accident,
I think it
one
was
thing.
just like a total like,
someone had to have seen it and
It's
was like,
wild.
we're not gonna
But
say anything because
I was like, I'm not gonna look it up. But then I was like, he's talking about it and laughing, so he's comfortable with it. I looked it up. I'm
bad.
telling you, it's staring at you.
yeah.
There's no shot.
Yeah.
Like,
Eye
it's
contact.
so wild. And I love that he's him.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, I thought it was hilarious. Like,
Well,
whatever.
There's
but
that.
not like a nude being published in like
Jeez.
a magazine. Wow.
No fair.
Wild. Anyway, should we get into our stories?
Let's do it.
This one is titled, Am I Being Ghosted by My Best Friend? Is Our Friendship Worth Fighting For?
Yikes.
I ghost my friends all the time on accident.
Taryn ghosts me weekly. I've gotten used to it.
In my defense, never personal. And all it takes is a follow-up hello. And I'm like, oh, shoot.
Sometimes it takes 2 follow-up hellos.
Yeah. You can always call me.
True.
Most people don't get offended by it. When people still get offended by it, I'm like, hello? Like, did you just meet me?
It took me, I think, it took me a minute because you never used to be that way. And then I had to be like, oh, this is the new Taryn. And now I'm used to it.
It's not that it's a new, I swear my ADHD is getting worse with age, which for women it does.
But it's a new thing.
Yeah, but you act like it's like in October, I just decided I'm not going to.
No.
It's gradually been getting worse, but I'm working on it.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Hi, Ashley and Taryn.
Hi.
My name is, I don't know how to pronounce it, but you want to say anonymous, so it kind of works.
Perfect.
Perfectly. I absolutely love your podcast and your friendship. It's such a genuine, beautiful example of what a supportive relationship should look like. I'm hoping you can offer me some advice about a friendship that's been weighing on my heart. My best friend, let's call her Izzy, and I have been close friends since we were 15. We're now 27. Dang.
That's
like that's a decent amount. And over the years, we've been through everything together. Happy moments, life milestones, and losses. We've met each other's families and have always been each other's go-to person. Things began to shift about 1.5 years ago when Izzy got into her first serious relationship. My mom once warned me that friendships can change when a relationship starts. And while I knew that was true, I didn't expect it to feel so one-sided. I was focused on finishing my degree and working towards my teaching credential, so a relationship wasn't really on my radar. Izzy, on the other hand, has always been someone who deeply wanted a romantic partner. Early on, I gave her some gentle advice when she voiced concerns about her current boyfriend, but I always encouraged her to trust her instincts. As time passed, our communication dropped off. We both lost our grandmothers around the same time, so I understood the need for space. But I started noticing that my simple texts like, hey, how are you? Or want to FaceTime would go unanswered for weeks or not at all. Weeks is crazy.
Weeks is crazy.
It began to feel like I was being ghosted. I stopped initiating because I felt hurt and like the effort was one-sided. Even Izzy's mom ended up calling my mom wondering if something was wrong. That's crazy when the moms are like, are they good?
Something's up.
Like they always are together. Like what's going on? My mom reassured her that I wasn't upset, but just hadn't heard back from Izzy. Izzy's mom made excuses for her, and I let it go, hoping that it was just a phase in our friendship that would pass. There were other moments that felt off. One time I was at Disneyland with my family and texted her. She works there, to see if she was working. At first, she said yes. Then 10 minutes later, said she had called out. I let it go, but the inconsistency stood out. That is kind of interesting because like why would you say yes I'm working if you called out? And then like that is weird to me.
Yeah.
The shift is weird. Because like were you working, you just didn't want to meet up?
Right. Which is fair if you're busy. Like I get that.
Then in July 2024, we briefly exchanged texts for her birthday. When her grandfather passed away, I attended the funeral with my mom to support her family. Izzy barely acknowledged us. Even her mom and grandmother seemed confused by her distant behavior. It felt awkward and sad more than anything. In December, she dropped off a birthday gift that she said she'd had since March, and I gave her a birthday and Christmas present. We exchanged basic holiday texts. After that, I got a few more texts in January 2025. In March, I got a birthday text, but after that, she stopped responding again. By this time, I was in my final semester and honestly couldn't handle the emotional whiplash anymore. So I decided that I would wait for her to initiate the conversation. Now, just a couple weeks ago, I get a random text for her asking if she can drop off my very late birthday and Christmas present. I let her know I wasn't home, but told her my dad was. She then asked when I would be home. I gave her the details, then nothing. No follow-up, no drop-off. when was that? June. Oh, a couple weeks ago. So here's where I'm stuck. Do I let this friendship go and move on? Do I reach out and ask for a conversation, even if it might feel awkward or one-sided? How do I make peace with someone who clearly sees my Instagram but can't reply to a message?
Yeah.
Any advice would mean so much. This has been hard and confusing, especially with someone I've shared so much history with. Thank you both for being such bright lights. Don't ever change. God bless. And then she attached photos of them and of her dog, which is what we really...
That's what we're here for.
That's what we really
The dog
see.
content is why I'm here, personally.
Okay, so that's them.
Cute.
And this is her doggy. I know. I saved
Oh
what
my
kind
God,
of dog
she looks just
was.
like Chloe. That's
I know.
so crazy. I wonder if she's
so
an
cute.
actual like Maltese Shih Tzu mix.
Yeah.
Because it's giving
She's
Maltese
cute.
Shih Tzu mix.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my goodness. Oh, my little gremlins.
Today's episode is brought to you by Mint Mobile. I don't know about you guys, but it is officially summer in my mind, soul, and spirit. There are many things I'm worried about, like planning my trips. Do I have everything packed for my trips? How is my tan doing? The one thing that you do not want to stress about is your wireless bill. And that's where Mint Mobile comes in to save your summer. With Mint, you can get the coverage and speed you're used to, but for way less money. And for a limited time, Mint Mobile is offering 3 months of unlimited premium wireless service for $15 a month. So while your friends are sweating over data overages and surprise charges, you'll be chilling literally and financially. Say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text, delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. Ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of unlimited service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. Like, hearing all that sold me and Ash. We were like, hi, where do we sign? And if you feel the same, we're here to hook you up. This year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get this new customer offer and your 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/unsolicited. That's mintmobile.com/unsolicited. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for the first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. This is a tricky one. And
Yeah,
it's so funny because I was just talking to someone about it, that there's that like weird age range where friendships kind of like slip off, like right around like when you're outside of college, like coming into adulthood, like it's like kind of like a shift that happens. And most of the, I mean, hopefully like friendships make it through that. But I think there's a lot of people that I was very, very close with that now I maybe hear from like 1 or 2 times a year. And I've talked about this so many times, but I think if you're able to shift your mentality to kind of like stop expectations and to kind of just accept we're just in different places. Like our friendship is not the same, but I still love this person. And when we do connect, it'll be great and we have fun and there's no like resentment or whatever. Then I think those friendships can last. But I think it all comes down to like what it is that you're wanting. And there has to be like a mourning period where you like mourn the loss of the friendship you had with a person. And then a realization period where you're like, okay, this is what it is now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to hit her up when I want. She might respond, she might not. When she's in town, sometimes she hits me up and we meet up for coffee. But if you're able to shift that, like with the friendships I have that are like that, because there's no resentment anymore and because we've had open communication that this is where we're at in our friendship, it's great. And like when we see each other, we sit, we talk about like old stories, we catch up on each other's lives. And even though it's like crazy to me, like sometimes it'll be like, oh, here's my 3-year-old kid you haven't met, which I'm like, that's wild. Cause at one point, like we never left each other's side. It's like, there's just this like acceptance and peace that we both have settled on. And so it still is a very beautiful relationship. It's just very scattered. So I think if you can form that, it works. But if not, I think you need to figure out where you're at. And then you do have to have a conversation, because that only works if both people are on the same page.
I agree. I think growing up is realizing that life isn't black and white.
Yeah.
To assume that you're going to have not even just a friendship, but like to assume that you're going to have like multiple friendships from childhood onto adulthood is just unrealistic. And that it probably sounds really blunt, but I think it's super unrealistic. I think it can happen, and I've seen it happen, but I think there's a lot of varying variabilities that have to fall into place in order to like allow for that to happen. And I think the truth is like life is gray and people change, and I think life takes you in different directions. And I think a strong friendship should be able to like bend and move and grow and check in and not question whether like your love for that person has changed in any way. And I think that holding your best friends to like a certain standard throughout your entire life is also unrealistic, because if you're mad that you're not talking to your best friend every day, but now your best friend has like work and responsibilities and kids and whatever, like it's unrealistic. So you have to, as you grow, you have to like maintain your expectations and like manage is the word I was trying to say, manage those expectations. And I think you're going to go through chapters of life where you're with that person, you're talking to that person constantly, and you're going to go through chapters of life where you're like, where'd they go? And I think you have to like kind of play in defense mode when you're noticing those changes happen with that person. And I think that's when you have to just kind of like take note mentally. And if they're not showing up for you for X, Y, or Z, we don't even need to know the reason necessarily, then that's when you start like backing off and protecting yourself and being like, okay, like they're not showing up for me. That sucks. But if this is like the new chapter that we're headed into, great, I'm going to pivot then. And ideally, a healthy relationship could talk about it. But if they're not responding to you, I think that's one of those hard moves where you have to, again, take note and out of protection and love for yourself, like just distance yourself. If they come back, then you can like confront them on why they left. But again, they have to be in a healthy place and willing and able to have that conversation. So long story short, I don't think she's in a healthy place or willing to have that kind of conversation with you. So I think out of love and respect for yourself, you need to distance yourself.
Yeah. And I mean, I tend to be like overly communicative. So like I tend to lean more towards like having conversations. And every time I do, it's always wild. Like I just had with like a friend, like we hadn't talked in a long time. And then we finally ended up talking, and she had like felt weird towards me and I had felt weird towards her. And it was like this super easy to fix miscommunication. So that's why I tend to lean on like, I'd rather have the conversation early.
Yeah.
And then we can like map it out, figure it out. Now, that's only if the other person's like willing to talk and be honest too. Like if I say like, hey, I feel like something's off, and they're just like, no, it's fine, but they keep acting weird, then yeah, like I'm just going to be more picky with my time and emotions. But I think like from everything you read, it sounds like you guys haven't had a full blown like conversation of like, hey, it's weird. Why is it weird? You know?
Because she keeps ghosting her.
So I feel like I would like try to be open to setting up a time, and then I would just like hash it out and just be like, hey, like obviously like it seems like we've drifted, and I just want to know like, is this just like a natural separation, or is there something that like you're upset about, or like that I've done that's offended you? It's always easier to have a conversation when you don't go in just like blaming. Like I like to like put myself on the chopping block first because I know I can handle it. But yeah, I definitely think a conversation needs to be had. And then if she's worth it, then you got to shift and find like what your new parameters are in your friendship. And I think that's why like people are always shocked that I mean, I have friends from like preschool, elementary, junior high, high school. And I think the reason I can maintain them is because that clicked in my brain like years ago where I'm like, I don't resent you. Like I get we have different things. And I think when you can have that, like I just went over to a friend from high school's house the other day and we both were like, dude, when have we seen each other last? Like it was wild. Like we hadn't seen each other for so long and we're catching each other up, but there's no like biting comments or like, you know what I mean? Like it's just
a healthy relationship.
Yeah. It's just something about, it doesn't feel natural because your natural, the way you lean usually is your feelings are hurt. So then you start ghosting them, but then they're ghosting you, which makes you even more pissed. Or like when you do talk, there's like, oh, well, yeah, it would have been nice to know about that. Like those, like, you know what I'm talking about? The like passive aggressive little comments. But I think it's doable. It just has to be communicated, and then like a shift has to happen where your expectations are totally like erased and you rebuild new ones.
Yeah. I do feel like that's kind of where she's at.
Yeah.
Because of how many times she's reached out and how many times she's been ghosted. So I feel like, Anonymous, you might have to like feel this out, feel like what resonates the most with you. If you feel like you need to have that conversation, then maybe just like try one more time of being like, hey, like things feel off, would love to like get coffee and just like catch up and chat with you. But also if she keeps leaving you on red,
but like bringing
you can only
you
do that
is crazy. Like she's obviously still invested to. I don't bring anybody presents, like let alone like someone I'm like not really talking to. Like
some people can do that though.
Yeah.
I've met a few.
But I think it shows that she still is like, I know that there's something here. I'm like, she's not like fully.
She's recognizing your past.
For sure.
That you guys have been, she's always gotten you presents, but she's not responding to your texts. Like, weird. So if you feel like you need to have that conversation, go for it. But also I feel like you have every right to put a little distance and give it some time and space. Those are, pick a side.
Yeah. I mean, I think both are like equal. I think it's just
it's whatever feels right to you.
Type and like what you want. You know what I mean? Like if you still want her in your life versus like if you're just like, this is too much, and you got to protect your heart and like do what's best for you.
Yeah.
Dang, dude, friendship stuff is like so messy.
It hurts worse.
It's so much worse.
It's a different
It's
kind
so
of
much
pain.
worse than like boys.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. Hi, Ash and Taran, or Taran and Ash.
Love that.
I love you both. This is too hard to choose. I found your podcast in September or October and have already caught up completely, aside from the scary episodes because I'm not built for that shiz.
I feel that.
I love you both so much. You make my time alone so enjoyable and something I look forward to. I'd like to say Anonymous, but you can know my name. It's and then she adds it herself.
Bleep it, Michaela.
For some context, I am a sophomore in college in California studying biology, and I tend to be extremely anxious, but I love people. Definitely am an extrovert, but I get stressed out in large social situations sometimes. I care a lot about other people and school. I don't know my Enneagram, not sure how to spell that. She put INIOGRAM. It's EN.
I mean, I get if
I would have literally
like
written
phonetically
the same thing. Enneagram. Yeah. But that's just some insight into my personality. So here's my problem. I'm talking to a guy that I know I shouldn't be talking with. He got cheated on in his previous relationship and has expressed a lot of jealousy issues and is coming off as controlling. I've talked to a fair number of guys since I've been at school, and he tends to be friends with that circle of people that I tend to be interested in. I feel like in college, you are surrounded by people with similar majors as you. So even if it's a big school, everybody kind of knows each other, which I would totally agree with.
Yeah.
While I have talked to a fair number of guys, I haven't really hooked up with people since my freshman year. I hooked up with several guys last year, but it just didn't sit right with me. So I ended it because it brought me more anxiety than anything else, since I wanted more than just a hookup and realized that's not the case for a lot of the guys that I was talking to. He knows about this, but he doesn't trust that I'm not talking to other people, even though we're not even exclusive, because when I brought it up, he didn't want to be. So he's feeling jealous and not trusting her, even though they're not in an exclusive relationship, because he doesn't want to be, to summarize.
What?
Yeah. Basically, there's a lot of red flags, and I would go into more detail, but this email would turn into an entire novel. I feel like he doesn't respect my friends. And also, it makes me feel like he thinks that I'm not strong enough in my own judgment to not be pressured into doing things that are not true to me. Also, when I express that I am waiting for a more serious relationship to have sex, he kind of pushed the boundary. I think he respects it now because we've had a conversation about it, but it took us having a sit-down conversation for him to not push it whenever we made out. The problem is I've tried to end it a couple times, but whenever I sit down to have this conversation with him, he's super receptive, says the right things, isn't defensive, and I don't know. I just can't end it. I want to. I don't even know if I really like him anymore. I don't like how he treats other people. I feel like he's not the nicest, but I don't know. He just knows what to say. I guess my question is, how do I end it when I've kind of opened up to him about some things and we have had some good conversations? I see red flags and warnings, and I don't want to be roped into a situation that's toxic because I don't have the time for that. I'm really, really busy with school and am honestly dealing with some mental health stuff right now. So being anxious over him isn't something that I actually have time for.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, some of my friends were talking crap about him at the library today, and his roommates overheard and told him. Oh. Yikes. He wasn't even mad at me, though. He just said that he knows it's not my fault. It's their fault, even though I kind of feel like it's my fault because I was the one complaining about him a lot at parties this past weekend because he was super drunk and wasn't hanging out with me. And at one point, I'm pretty sure he had his arm around another girl. I feel like we could stop right there, but it's not done. I brought this girl up to him, though, and I believe him when he told me that it was nothing because he seemed very honest about it. I wanted to end it. I just feel like whenever I try, it doesn't work. So please help. I don't want to be roped into another toxic relationship because I've been in one before and it sucked. I'm sorry this email was so long. It felt good to get it out. So even if you don't read it, this was super helpful. I love you guys so much, and your podcast is my favorite part of the week. Have the absolute best day. Also, here are some pics because I know that you love them. The first pic is her and her best friend and siblings, and the second, dad, and then the last one is one of her and her mom. This is her and her mom.
Cute.
Her and her dad, best friend. Y'all are hotties.
Yeah.
And then siblings in the car.
So cute.
The sibling car photos. So cute.
Classic.
Girl, we got to cut them. There's not one red flag. There's multiple red flags. And there's so many varieties of red flags, which is crazy. There's like little things that are like kind of questionable. There's big things that are very questionable. Your friend's not liking him is a major red flag. Him having an arm around someone else, even if you're not exclusive, he has zero right to be jealous over you and who you're talking to and then throw his arm on some other girl.
He has zero right to be jealous because you offered to be exclusive and he said no.
He can't or is choosing to not lock it down with you and therefore has zero right to be demanding any kind of anything with you in this way, let alone pushing boundaries when you clearly said that that was a boundary. So I personally do not like this guy, and I think we need to cut him. And I think, I'm just going to dive right in. I think what you might need is an accountability buddy. And that's what best friends are for. You sent a photo of your siblings. That's what siblings are for. So I think you literally just need to tell someone in your life, not us, but like someone who can actually check in and be like, hey, did you do it? Because otherwise, I fear it might not happen.
There's something that scares me about a man that can talk himself out of things like that because
that's too charming.
It's different. It's not like you're going to him with like a concern and he's good with his words, so he like calms you down and like you move on. Mm-hmm. You're going to him to say, I am done. And then you walk away being like, why am I not done?
Yeah.
Like,
you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Tell Me Lies.
Yeah, like
it reminds me of Tell Me Lies. He's like, he's not a great guy, but he weirdly is charming. And he has these little hooks in you. And the next thing you know, you've been dating him for most of your college career.
And he's ruined your entire life. Yeah. I just think that you have said enough, even just in this email, of things that are like non-negotiables to you and things that like you don't want. And if early in the relationship you're seeing flags and you're scared to continue, and you've already come to the point where you're like, no, I'm good, I'm done. I think that you need to be done. And if you can't handle a conversation without being turned around, I am not a fan of text breakups at all.
We support it this time.
But I do think what I would do is I would give it one more go. I would give one more go of a conversation, going in with like, I'm saying A, B, or C. When he starts to say stuff, I'm going to be like, hey, I want to say this in the most respectful way, but this is not a debatable conversation. I'm letting you know in person because I'm respecting you that like I can't do this. Like there's too much.
It's not a good fit.
It's just
simply not
like
gonna work.
I'm not happy. There's too much like back and forth. I really need to just focus on myself, and like this is bringing me down too much. Like I am done.
Yeah.
I would go in trying to do that. If you cannot and you leave being like, how am I here again? Then I would literally that night, then I would send the text. So it's not like you're fully breaking up over text. Like you had the conversation, but then you're like, hey, I really like, I've been thinking about it and it doesn't feel right. And I just want to say like, I really need to be done. And I'm so sorry. I wish you the best.
Yeah.
I need space and time. I would appreciate if you don't reach out and like just be done. And if he keeps reaching out, block him. If that means you can't be like going to parties and hanging out as much for the time being, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
but also
your piece is worth it.
It is worth it. And here's the thing, like, it's okay to, I think it's okay to be rude. I don't think you need to like worry about his feelings. I don't think you need to dance around this. I think if you want to have this in person, then I would sit down and I'd be like, hey, I need you to do me a huge favor and don't interrupt me. Don't talk until I'm like finished speaking. Tell him that you're ending things for your own sanity and that it's not going to work out. And then you can be like, okay, anything you got to say? And if he tries to like hook you back in, be like, sorry, it's done. It's over.
Yeah,
and then,
like this decision is made. Like you could say what you got to say, but like this isn't up for debate.
At the end of the day, your friends don't like him. He pushed boundaries when you clearly set them and made you feel
about that part. I hate that part.
Very uncomfortable. And then he has some really weird jealousy issues. You tried to make it exclusive and he said absolutely not, but then put his hands around some other girl. Those are like 5 major red flags, which all mean he doesn't respect you. So at the end of the day, you don't need to respect him by being polite and dancing around and being careful of his feelings.
And I think there's like, because you mentioned like he has past trauma in relationships, so like he struggles with stuff. I am a very patient and understanding person to an extent with that. And what I mean is like I will go above and beyond to reassure, to make you feel like you don't have to worry about that with me. Mm-hmm. I'll have a little cushion of like understanding if like you withdraw or maybe you like ask a question, like whatever. But that is not, past trauma is not an excuse to treat other people terribly.
Yeah.
Like that's not on you to put up with or fix that.
No.
So I think like there's a difference. Like even you bringing it up, I think that's your way of like explaining away like why he has acted that way and why you're still there. Mm-hmm. But there are so many, all of us have issues.
Yeah.
All of us have issues. Like, do you know how many times I like cry to my friends or cry on my couch because of like stuff that I know has nothing to do with my current partner, but past people. And I know that it doesn't have to do with them. So I deal with it on my own and try not to put that on them. Like there's a lot of stuff that you can't control when it comes up, but you can control how you treat people.
Yeah.
And he's not treating you with kindness and like respect and decency. So I think either way, even if he was supposed to be your person, he has to go deal with that and sort that out before he can be in a healthy relationship anyways. So like cutting him off is the only way to have a future or not a future with him. So I feel like the next move is very clear.
I think it's super clear.
Yeah.
I think get yourself a sister, a best friend, someone to back you up on this and make sure that you have someone there to like make sure it gets done, and then also like have someone there to like be there with you if it gets hard. But it's just time to do it. It's never fun. It's never easy, but sometimes you know what you got to do and you got to do it. And babe, girl, you got to do it.
He's got to go.
He's bad news.
He got to go.
But we've all been there, and I love that you wrote in and you felt safe to write in. So do what you got to do. And I'm sure someone listening to this episode is going through something similar and needed to hear this. So thanks for sharing.
Well, should we end with the dad joke?
Let's do it.
Okay. Why do crabs never volunteer?
Why do crabs never volunteer? I don't know.
Because they're shellfish.
I feel like that was obvious. I'm actually mad at myself for not getting that
I know.
one.
That's why I was looking at you like.
Guys, if you made it to the dad joke, you know the drill. We love you the mostest. If you have a story that you've been wanting to submit that is funny, that's embarrassing, that's serious, that's heartbreak, doesn't matter. You can send them in here and we will guide you through it. You have to email it to us. What's our email, Taran?
adviceunsolicitedpod@gmail.com.
We love you so much and we'll talk to you next time.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.